For Outlander fans, it didn't take a shocking revelation or a dramatic headline to stop the fandom in its tracks. All it took was one heartfelt comment from Sam Heughan about Caitríona Balfe. And somehow, that made an even bigger impact. Not because fans were searching for controversy. Not because they wanted another rumor to dissect. But because Sam's words carried something far more powerful, genuine emotion. The kind of emotion longtime viewers instantly recognize after years of following Jamie and Claire Fraser through war, heartbreak, sacrifice, and an extraordinary love story that has spanned centuries. Fans know the difference between a routine compliment and a tribute that comes from the heart. This felt like the latter. Sam wasn't simply praising a talented co-star. He was speaking about someone who has stood beside him for more than a decade, helping bring one of television's most beloved relationships to life. Caitríona Balfe didn't just portray Claire Fraser, she became the emotional heartbeat of Outlander. Season after season, she gave Claire strength, vulnerability, intelligence, resilience, and fire. Over time, viewers stopped seeing her performance as acting and began experiencing it as something deeply real. That is why Sam's honesty resonated so strongly. On screen, Jamie and Claire are soulmates, bound together by destiny, devotion, and a love capable of surviving impossible odds. Off-screen, however, Sam and Caitríona built something equally important, a partnership founded on trust, professionalism, mutual respect, and unwavering commitment to their craft. Fans understand that distinction. They know the actors are not the characters. Yet they also understand that the magic seen on screen could never exist without the genuine trust shared behind the scenes. And that trust has always been the foundation of Outlander. Over the years, the series has demanded extraordinary emotional vulnerability from both actors. Together they have navigated scenes of love, grief, trauma, separation, reunion, and profound intimacy. Some of the show's most unforgettable moments relied not on dialogue, but on a glance, a silence, or a subtle expression. Those moments only work when two performers trust each other completely. So when Sam speaks warmly about Caitríona, fans don't hear a publicity soundbite. They hear the weight of years. Years of shared challenges. Years of emotional storytelling. Years of carrying one of television's most iconic romances on their shoulders. Perhaps that is what made the moment so moving. It wasn't a confession. It wasn't a revelation. It was something far more meaningful. It was recognition. Recognition of Caitríona's contribution not only to the show, but to the emotional authenticity that has kept audiences invested for so long. Claire Fraser has never been a simple romantic heroine. She is fierce, stubborn, intelligent, compassionate, wounded, courageous, and wonderfully complex. Caitríona brought every one of those layers to life with remarkable depth and humanity. And because she did, Jamie Fraser became more than just a romantic hero. He became a man transformed by the woman he loved. That dynamic is what elevated Outlander beyond a typical love story. Fans often speak about chemistry when discussing Sam and Caitríona's performances. But what Sam's words seemed to highlight was something even greater than chemistry. Chemistry can happen in a moment. Trust takes years to build. Chemistry captures attention. Trust creates belief. And belief is what made audiences invest in Jamie and Claire's journey for so many years. It's why their arguments felt authentic. Why their reunions felt overwhelming. Why even their quietest scenes carried emotional weight. For many longtime viewers, Sam's comments also carried a sense of nostalgia. Outlander is no longer the fresh new series that captivated audiences with its blend of romance, history, and time travel. It has become a shared journey, one that fans have experienced alongside the cast for years. Viewers have watched Sam and Caitríona grow with their characters. They have watched them navigate changing chapters, evolving storylines, and the immense expectations of a passionate global fanbase. So when Sam reflects on Caitríona with such sincerity, it feels like more than appreciation. It feels like gratitude. A gratitude for everything they created together. And perhaps that explains why the reaction was so emotional. Fans weren't simply responding to Sam's words. They were responding to everything those words represented. The first meeting at Castle Leoch. The wedding episode that changed the series forever. The heartbreaking separations. The unforgettable reunions. The countless moments that made Jamie and Claire feel less like fictional characters and more like people audiences genuinely cared about. One honest reflection opened the door to years of memories. It also introduced a different kind of suspense, not the kind fueled by scandal, but by emotion. As Outlander moves closer to its final chapters, every sincere comment from the cast carries added significance. Fans can't help wondering whether these reflections come from gratitude, pride, nostalgia, or the bittersweet realization that a defining chapter of their lives is gradually coming to an end. Maybe that is why Sam's words struck such a powerful chord. They didn't need to be dramatic. They didn't need to be sensational. They simply reminded fans of something important. Behind Jamie and Claire's timeless love story stand two actors who dedicated years of their lives to making that story believable. And in that moment, Caitríona Balfe wasn't merely praised. She was honored. Sam's words felt less like a compliment and more like a tribute to her talent, her dedication, and the partnership that helped transform Outlander into something unforgettable. For fans, that realization was enough. Enough to inspire gratitude. Enough to spark nostalgia. And enough to leave an entire fandom speechless.